Hi guys, welcome to another Zen pop-up. So in this Zen pop-up, what we're going to look about is pre-selling a course before launch. Now, you guys that have seen some of our playlists on our YouTube channel, you'll also notice that we've also got the similar thing, which is like pre-sign up before course launch, which is slightly different. So I'm just going to show you the video, and I'll drop into the comments as well the video that I'm talking about. So if you go to our YouTube channel, I'm just going to share my screen now, and you go down to our playlist for our Zen pop-up. So I'm just going to click that. You're going to see in here that we have, if I can find it, creating a pre-sign up for an upcoming course or membership. So it's not pre-selling, it's sign up. So I'm going to grab that link there, and I'm going to put that into the chat of the video. So let me just copy that and put that into the comments. So if you want to see that pre-sign up before launch, then I can drop that in there, and there you go. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to do pre-selling. So we haven't finished the course curriculum, and we want people to buy into the course. So two things we've got to do is, one is they are paying for something, so information should be really clear to them when they come into it. So when they come into it, there should be a date, definitely a date or an approximate date when that course is going to launch. This will do two things. One, it will tell them that information, and three, it will give you a deadline to work to. And we all love deadlines to work to, because then you make sure that you do the work. Okay, so you are giving yourself more time by doing this, but I always say that you should have a launch date for that course, because it gives people that you can't leave it open-ended. If you leave it open-ended, people will go, well, I paid for that and I haven't got anything and I don't know when it's going to start. They won't be happy, and you could actually disillusion them. You might well get people contacting you for refunds back on that because of that reason. So you need to make sure that you be putting that in there. So actually, to set it up is actually really easy. All we need to do is we need to just stop something from working inside the platform. So we are going to jump to our test site, and I'm going to walk you through what you should do for the launch. So I'm going to go into a test site that I've already got, and I'm going to just screen share in here, and we are in our Zen pop-up site. So I've got some courses in here already. I've got course A, course B, H and C. So I'm going to go into course A, and I'm just going to check that this is all okay. In fact, what I'll do is I'll actually clone it, so not messing this one up. So I'm going to clone this, and I'm going to call it pre-selling. So it's absolutely clear. Pre-selling. Pre-selling a course. Okay. So subtitle you can put in there. So I'm going to call this pre-sale in here, and obviously assign a category. Right. So when you're working on a site, if you've published that course, you can make the course price hidden. That way people won't be able to buy it. Generally, you would work with the course unpublished until you're ready to publish, until it's finished. But in this case, we're going to be setting this up so that people can buy into the course straight away. So the first thing we need, I'm going to pretend that I've got all this filled out as you would, and I'm going to make sure that my curriculum is started. So I've got a few things in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this course lesson 1, and I'm going to go and I'm going to put that into draft mode. So what that means is no one can get access to that course now. Even if they accidentally get into the course player, they're not going to get access. So with this one as well, I would make sure, let me just drop a little bit of text in there and put text for course. Okay, doesn't matter. And I'll click save to that. So I would also draft this as well. Okay, and then I would save changes. Right, so now I know that even if people bought it and they got into the course access page, if they manage to go to the curriculum page, they're not going to get access to anything because it's all off. Now I can test that by going to preview and then course curriculum for student. And you're going to see that these are in draft, which means if you're logged in as a student, you will not see these at all. Okay, so that's good. Make sure they're in draft. That's the first thing. Right, second thing is the pages. Now by default, if I go to my course access page, which is the first page they get to once they've bought the course, they're going to see this. So they're going to go into this page and they're going to see a curriculum. At the moment, there's nothing in there because these are in draft. But I don't want them to see the curriculum. So straight away, I know I've got to delete the curriculum out and put some text in there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into pages and we'll follow this through. You've got the sales page. Okay, sales page is a sales page. You would create that as you want for the sales. Checkout page is where they buy it. Then the thank you page, thank you for buying. And then the most important page, which is a private page completely locked out, is the course access page. And only people that have bought the course or the membership bundle can go into the course access page. So this is our prime page. So let's edit this page now. I'm going to do something really quick. I'm going to just delete out the curriculum block. I'm going to put some text in there saying launching the course on and then we've got it set up. But I want to make sure that I'm following up with automations as well. So here you can see the course curriculum. This is a dynamic block that's generated. Can you see that? It says dynamic course curriculum. Now, any of the undrafted lessons will appear in there. So I don't want, say I accidentally want to test it as a student and I don't want people to get in there. I don't want that to be visible. So what I do is I delete it out. Yeah, pretty bold. Now, at the same time, what I also do is with the reviews, because we're not starting the reviews yet, we're just launching the course, I also delete that out and I'll put that back later. Really easy to put it back when you launch. I'll be showing you that in a second. Let's add a new block. Let's go and add an empty block in here. Let's add a single row into here and let's add an element, which is going to be, in this case, a heading 1. So you are now in the course, and then course launching on the 1st of September. Okay, something like that. So that tells people exactly what's going on. Now, I'll probably put a little bit more information. I'll probably go into text information in here and just drop in, we will email you when the course is live. Patience is all part of the process. And then a smiley face. Okay, something like that. So then you can make that look as amazing as you like. You know, you can go in, drag some cool images in, and I did, or artist view here. So you can go and do some really cool things like this. You know, you can drag this a bit bigger. If you probably want to get rid of this at this stage, so I'm going to even delete that out. So now I've created this course access page. It can't do anything in, but they've got the information. They're like, right, you are now in the course. Fabulous. Course launching on the 1st of September. Great. We will email you when the course is live. Patience is all part of the process. Probably make that a bit bolder. So I go in here and just make this a bit bolder in here. And I probably bring it up to 20. So it's just a bit bigger. And save it out like that. So now we have this set up. You can't jump to the, you can't jump to the any of the curriculum that is in there. And because the curriculum is all drafted, you couldn't even get to it anyway. So this is now ready for pre-selling. But like I said, really important part is the automations. So inside the course itself, I want to make sure that I am setting my automations up correctly. Now, do remember, when you launch and the site is live, you're going to need to change the automations because it's not going to be the same. Like these automations are going to say, course is launching 1st of September. As soon as we pass 1st of September, we want to get rid of that because it's already launched. So bear that in mind when I'm writing these out, that you do need to change it back, but I don't need to go through all of that. So when someone enrolls, okay, it's going to say you are enrolled in the pre-selling course. And then I'm going to put something like launching soon. Launching, let's actually put 1st September. Okay. And I might want to personalize that. So I'm going to put dear space personalization, first name, comma, and you're enrolled, pre-selling course. If you want to throw an emoji in there, you could put an emoji in there if you wanted to as well. You can go to emojis. Let's just do that. Emoji. Just throw in an emoji. Put a little heart in there. Okay. So let's go back to personalization. Put that in there. Put that in there. Perfect. Okay. So we've got the course access. That's going to take them to the course access page. You remember that page we just set up, which looks like that. Okay. So that's where it's going to send them. So that's good. So I'm going to change this. Welcome. We're going to say you are pre-enrolled in the course starting on the 1st of September. And then the course access URL. And I'll put down here, remember, you need to be logged in to access the course. And then we will email you when the course is live in September. Double, you know, I want to get that in there. Whenever I'm doing things like this, it's like this thing, if like to remember someone's name, you've got to hear it 3 times, or that's the general rule of thumb. So I take that to text that I'm putting in as well. I always make sure that I mention something at least 3 times. So you're going to see that the title is there, you're enrolled in a pre-selling course launching 1st of September. Then welcome, first name, you are pre-enrolled in a course starting on the 1st of September. 1st of September. Remember, you need to be logged in to access the course page. We'll email you the course is live in 1st of September. So you've 3 times, boom, 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 boom. It was thinking subconsciously as well as mentally. So they will be aware that that's going to happen. So you've told them that. See you very soon. You can put lots of stuff in here if you want to. Team Zenler. Okay, so it's simple as that. That's what I'm going to keep it. So from name, and we'll go Team Zenler in here. So the email's the same. So that's okay. So that's going to go out to them. I've got my mailing address. I've got my unsubscribe in there. You want to go and preview that. Let's just preview it. So it's telling you the course to go into there. If they're not logged in, it will take them to the login page. When they log in, it will take them automatically to this page. So you don't have to worry about redirects. It will just do that automatically. So that's giving them the information. Obviously, it's very plain text, but this is deliverable. So that's good. So I'm going to click Save Changes to that. Now, what I want to do now is I want to set up the email. So we've done that first email. Now, you might decide that if they've signed up now in July, then you might want to contact them just to give them a bit more information, maybe in 2 weeks from the registration. If that's the case, you can just clone one of these and then you could set it from here. You could do weeks from registration, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you can set up a series of emails before you launch. So if you want to keep that contact going, that's what you can do. We're not going to do it in this case. We're just going to set the next one up, which is actually going to tell them that it's launching. So I'm going to go in here and we're going to go launch email. Okay, so enrolled email sequence. So I'm going to click clone. It's going to create that down here. Now what I'm going to do from enrollment is I'm actually going to do it from date. So I'm going to go on. So now I can actually click and I can fix a date. We know it's the 1st of September. So I'm going to go to the 1st of September. Now you select your time zone. So me in this case, London. And I'm going to say what time I want that to go out. So I'm going to make that go out at 12 midday. I'm going to click in there and there we go. So that is all set up to go to 1st at 12 AM. And we're going to go here and here. Let's change this and put it's the 1st of September. Course is now open. And we put it in here. So you are pre-enrolled. I put something like course is now open. Jump in and enjoy the amazing content and community. Okay, so something like that is going to be great. Where you need to be logged in to access the course. If you are taken to the login page, just log in and you will be directed to the course access page. Okay, so that is it. So let's just preview that. So now you've got, this is coming out on the 1st of September to 12 p.m. Course is now open. Jump in and enjoy amazing content and community. Got the address there. Click through. Remember, you need to be logged in to access the course. If you're taken to the login page, just log in and you will be directed to the course access page. So that's what happens. So that is how you do it. Then of course you can set up any more automations that you want. Now before I need to make this live, I would advise also just doing a test yourself. So put your email address in there, hit test, check it in your Gmail account, make sure it's showing nicely. I do the same for this one as well. So I'm now going to make that live and click save the changes, apply to existing students. Now I haven't got any students in there, so I'm just going to click yes. And that's it. I've now set this up. So you can do more emails in there depending on actions. You're going to see in here that we have, if we go to send mail, you can add more actions in here. You can add a tag if you want to tag them coming into it. So you might want to put in here, tag them with something like pre-sale. So they came in. Let's add a tag quickly just to show you. So I've got add a tag. This is going to be hours from enrollment, and the tag's going to be, what am I doing on pre-sell 1. So I can do something like hit enter. Oh, pre-sale 1, click save. I'm going to make it live. Apply to all students. Now what's going to happen now is anyone that comes in here for this course, I'm going to put in here tag, by the way. So anyone that comes into the course now will be tagged with pre-sale 1. So when you launch, you could delete this pre-tag 1 out, and then you know the people that have come in before, pre-bought it, and you know the people that have bought it once it's launched. So this is another really good thing you can do. So let's have a look at the other. So you can also remove a tag. So you can remove a tag after a certain date if you wanted to, or based on if they finish the course. So that's quite good. You can also send a webhook. So if you know about webhooks, you could send a webhook. You can also notify admin. So if you want to put a notify admin in there, it will send a mail to you whenever someone registers for the course. So this can be really handy. Let me just add this now and you'll see. So you're going to see here, notify David. So any of your site admins or that, you can pick them from here. So if I put site admin, it will go to me anyway. And I go new pre-enroll for pre-sell. And inside here, I can go, hi David, new member bought pre-sell. So this is going to me, nobody else. Then I can put their details, so I can add some personalization. So I can add their first name in there. I can put in their email address in there. I could also put the course if I wanted to. So I could go to the course name. So I know exactly what their name, email, and their course name is. And info for me. Just put something like that. I'm the only one that's going to receive this, or anyone that you've added or put into the notify. So this is notify, so I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to click save to that, and I'm going to turn it on, and now it's on in there. So I'm tagging them, I'm notifying myself, I've set a welcome email telling them it's launching on the 1st of September, and on the 1st of September I've done a launch email that tells them that the course is open. Okay, this is what I've done. So the next thing that you want to do, I'm just going to have a look at this quickly, is the send mail. So send mail is these. You can see it says send mail. This says notify admin, add tag, send mail. So I just want to show you the options that are in send mail. If we go to send mail, you've got these options to set these up to the mails to go out at different times. So you can do it on, after, and all these different options to put in there. So you've seen it in those. So I'm going to delete that out. Oh, on camera. Launch email. that one there, sorry. Yeah, okay. So I just want to make sure I don't delete the wrong one out. Okay, so there they are, the enroll email sequence, but we also have here, so you can set a brand new rule for course complete or lesson complete. So if you were to pick lesson complete, it would set up a new little group. Can you see these little groups? And you can add mails to there based on lessons. So I could send a mail in here. Again, you've got add tag, all these things. So you can add a tag when they finish a particular lesson, or you can send a mail when they finish a particular thing. So if they go in here and send mail, select a lesson from the rule. So there we go. On lesson complete, and then you pick the lesson. So they finish that lesson, course A, and now I can say, right, they finished that lesson. So I'm going to add a, let me save the changes. I'm going to go and send a mail to them. Select a lesson, done that. Oh, it's probably because I've drafted them. So they need to be live for that to work. But I'm going to come back to that. It's not really that important at this stage. I'm probably going to do a Zen pop-up just on automations because there's quite a lot involved in here. But we've done what we needed to do. We've set up this mail to go out to them. So this tells them that it's opening on the 1st of September. We've tagged them. We've got a notify email coming in to site admin. And we've got this launch email. So this is the 3 that we need. These are the 2 emails that we need to go out. So now it's set up. So let's go in now and have a look at it. I need to, one last thing I need to do, obviously, is set a pricing plan, because without a pricing plan, they can't buy the course. So I need to go in and set a pricing plan. So are we going to do a subscription? For this one, I'm going to do a one-time purchase. It really doesn't matter which one of these I go for. So I'm going to do one-time purchase, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make it, let's say £10 one-time purchase. Okay, that's enough. I don't need to do anything else. Let's just click finish. Okay, final thing I need to do is publish the course. So I'm going to publish the course. So now this course is published. So if I go to pages and I go into here, grab this URL, I'm now going to click the 3 little dots and go to incognito window. And I'm going to go in here, and you're going to see that the course is there. And enroll in the course. Doesn't look very cool. This is the sales page. You can buy this course for £10. Now, that's one thing I want to pick up. This is why you should always test. Notice that I have a course summary and course curriculum. Now, if I fill out the curriculum, make it live, it's going to appear in there. So I need to jump into the sales page and I need to edit it. So I'm going to edit the sales page of the course. And I'm going to get rid of that curriculum out of there. Remember, when the course is launched, I can add these blocks back in, and I'll be showing you that right at the very end. So there's our course summary. Again, you know, guys, you fill this out, make it look cool. So let's go into here, delete this out. And this is a course that I haven't really touched. So I generally go through and delete all the blocks out, and I just redesign it. And then I clone off the back of that, and that's the one that I use. So I then clone it, and then I don't have to do any extra work. Efficient way of working. Okay, so course. So inside here, put launching in September 1st. Now I suggest that you put more information in here for sure. I don't want that enroll button, so I'm just going to have the buy now. So I'm going to get rid of that. You know what? I don't even need this block. I'm going to delete this block out. Just keep it really simple. So launching, and then you say what it is. Course on pre-selling with Zenler. Okay, so take that bold. Right, that's it. So let's click save. Now I've done that sales page. I'm going to jump back into the incognito window. Definitely SEO your page as well, guys. Make sure you're SEOing your pages. Side here, we've got videos on that, different subject. So now I'm going to refresh this page and we're going to get what we just created just then. There you go. So really simple. You've got all this stuff in here. You click buy now. You go through. You buy into this. Definitely you want to amend and edit these pages. Look through all of the pages. I'm just showing you what you do as far as removing the blocks. So you go and you pay with PayPal. So I'm going to go through the process. I'm going to set myself up with 100% coupon. So I'm going to go in and go to this. So I'm going to go to site. I'm going to go to my coupons, courses, coupons. There we go. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to set a coupon up. We're going to say percentage, 100%, even 1000%. Redemption limit, I'll put 1. And all products, let's say all products, expiry, let's call it Disco. And click add. Okay, so I've got that coupon. So now, if I come into the page, I'm going to refresh this page. I'm going to redeem that coupon. So redeeming a coupon, let's go and put Disco in there. Click apply. So I'm not going to pay nothing. I'm going to pay buy now. I need to put my email in there. So I'm going to go for David +1. Click continue. Buy. Bang. Continue to course. Going to ask me for a sign up. Test. It's called pre-sale name. Password. Submit. Going to take me to the course. So here we go. We're now on the course access page. So I'm like, right, oh, okay, I'm not getting anything. I will have got that email telling me about the pre-sale. So that will have come in. And I'll just jump to my email so you can see that. I'm stopping the screen share because obviously got emails, sensitive emails in there. Email addresses and stuff. I don't want to be sharing that. There we go. Perfect. So let me share this screen. So I'm in my email now. You can see, congratulations, you have made a new sale, just enrolled in course and purchase. So this is the admin. This has sent this to me from the to notify me of the admin side of things inside here. So let me jump back. And I've received that other email, which I can't find because it is one. Two seconds, guys, just checking. Okay, so this is what the student will have received. So, dear David, you enrolled in the pre-selling course launching 1st of September. And then we got, welcome David, you are pre-enrolled in the course starting 1st of September. We've got that dashboard. So if I click that, remember I'm already logged in. It's going to take me to this page. You can't get to any information. This means in the back end of the site, I can work on the curriculum and be unheeded by this page. So it can be collecting emails. So it takes them there. Remember, you need logging in. Remember, when we hit the 1st of September, the email will go out and the email that will go out will be this one, the launch email. So when you do launch the site, to make it all visible, what you need to do, so I'm taking you every step. So let's pretend we're now at the 1st of September and we're ready to launch. So what I'll do is, the first thing I'll do is I'll come into this one, which is now not needed, and I'll change it. So instead of having it saying here you're pre-selling, I'll go you're enrolled in the pre-selling course. And then jump into the course now, and then have the link there. I can leave that logged into the course, email this is live. I can leave that. That's it. I've basically just changed that quickly, and I'm going to click Save Changes. And now it's saved it. So any new people coming in now are going to get this email because you've made it live. So you've already done that. Now I don't need to have this launch email because we don't need to send that out on the 1st of September because we've already hit it. So I'll just delete it out, or you can just turn it off. Now for the tagging, if you no longer want that tagging, you can do two things. You could change this tagging, you could delete it out here, or you could just turn it off in here. And we'll click no to existing students because I don't want to touch the existing students. So now we turned it off, it will not tag them. So if I go into the site itself, you'll see that I'm under there as 𝗕𝗲𝗣𝗠@zenler.com, and I will have a tag pre-sale, and I'll be in that course. And if we look in students here, you're going to actually see me in here. So there we go. So there we are, pre-sale name. That's what I put in there. I'm as a student role, and I have 𝗕𝗲𝗣𝗍𝗏 in there. So you can see that that's set me up and allowed me in there. I obviously received that notify email as well. So now I need to just go and change the course because I need to go into curriculum. I need to undraft all of my pages, and then I need to drop the blocks back in. Let's save the changes to that. Let's go into this one, save the changes to this. So these are now published. I'm now going to go back into the pages. You see how quick I'm working with this. I might want to go into the sales page and drop that curriculum back in. So I'm going to do that now. Change these. At the same time, I'm going to actually come down to the course access page and edit that. So I'm editing two pages simultaneously to save myself a lot of time. So I'll change this quickly. Same thing, same price. Now I'm going to drop the block in. So I'm going to go to, let me remember where it is. Curriculum block here. I'm going to drop that in. Now you're going to see the curriculum has got the curriculum content in there. And of course, you know, I could now write more about in this page, which obviously I would. And now actually in the course access page itself, which is this one, you are now in the course. Learn how to spell, should be learn how to pre-sell. Okay, and let's turn that off. Again, you could add content images in there. I want to add the curriculum in there, so course down to here and go to this course curriculum. You've got one that's expanded and you've got one that's closed as well, just so you know. I'm going to drag that across in there, and now I've got this linked up with this. So I click save. So now if I go in, I'm going to jump back to my incognito window, and I should be able to refresh, and it should just have that content. So I'm now refreshing, and there we go. So I pre-bought that, and now that content's been opened up, I can go, right, it's here. So I'm going to jump into one, and now I've got access to all of the information that's inside here because I undrafted it and put those blocks on that page so that you could, let's go back to the curriculum, so that you could actually access it here. So I basically removed it and I added it back. I changed the messages, and then I reverted the automations in the email to go with what it is now currently. So I know it seems like a lot, but break it down. Watch this video a couple of times, slow it down, maybe do a test course just to try it out as a test student with a 100% coupon, Just make sure it's working the way you want it to. But it's actually quite easy to do. So I'm now going to have a look at any questions that have come in. I need to tag the user that's asking this question as well. So if you remove tag, does it leave the old tag on? Yes, unless you apply to existing, okay? And then it will remove the tag. But remember that if you've got the tag added, you can always use bulk actions in your leads, and you can just remove all the tags in one go using bulk actions. So removing tags, adding tags is really easy inside Zenler, and maybe that's worth doing a Zen pop-up when I get a chance as well. But yes, of course, later on you could say, right, when they enroll, they have this tag, and then after they complete this lesson or complete the course, then I'll remove that tag and I'll add a new tag. And then you can go in and you can filter them. So you can filter them based on the tags, whether they finish the course or not, on these sort of things. So it's all very easy to use, and hopefully that's of use for you guys. So it seemed like we were doing quite a lot there, but really it's just, all it is making sure that your automated emails are correct when they go out at that specific time. That means before you've finished the course. Making sure when you launch the course that you check those emails are making sense, and going into the actual course access page and the sales page and removing any curriculum that is in there, so no one can jump across into any of that, just in case you haven't made them draft. If you're just testing things out as a test student, you might not have them in draft. So if you haven't, you're just giving yourself a backup. When you're ready to launch, you just drop those blocks back in, and then when the student comes back to see the content, because they will have got an email, it's open now, so they will have jumped back into your site, and then they'll see all this curriculum written. Now, not only the curriculum, you could add new text into the course access page as well. So all these things, you could add extra emails in automations if you want to really take people through the process. What I like to do is sit down, not even on the computer, just with a notepad, and I like to just do a student's journey. Like, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen when I do launch? What's the journey, the experience going to be like to them? What emails are they going to receive? What emails would I like to receive without over delivering emails? You don't want to send like 100 emails. You don't want to send one email a day up until launch. You just don't want to do that. I would say leave at least 5 to 7 days between each email that you send out between launch. But it's a good idea because you're keeping in touch, telling people, look, I've got your money, you've paid for it. This is what we're doing. This is where we're up to. This is what we're going to do. This is what's going to be included. And by the time it's reached 5 emails, which is over a month, you're ready to launch. And they almost feel like, oh, wow, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that. So you're keeping that engagement going. You could even decide to throw a live. You might just say, all right, I'll set up a live and I'll invite those people that have pre-bought the course just as a thank you. And just come on there and say, look, have you got any questions about the course? I'm setting it all up now. What do you want to see in the course? Maybe I've forgotten to do something that you want. So you can actually get a market feedback from those people. They're literally coming to your course super excited because you've taken their feedback on board, and they'll probably give you a review before they've even started or finished the course, just because of running a live. If you notice, that's what we do with Zenler. We ask you guys, what features do you want? We add those features into the platform, and you guys get super excited because you've asked for them. So we've actually listened to you and we've done what you said. And the same applies for your courses. No matter if you're massive, you've got hundreds of courses, you've got membership sites, you've got multiple sites, this same principle applies. It's that communication key and keeping things going. I know it's hard, but once you get into the rhythm of doing it, you've got a calendar on your wall, mark it down there. Like, I'm going to do a social post today on Facebook. I'm going to do a post tomorrow on Instagram. Have it all marked on a calendar. I'm going to do a live there for people that have bought into my course. I'm going to market it to them. If you've got it all written down on a big board behind you, so you see it, then you're going to action it. These are just things that I find help me. So hopefully they helped you too. So again, we've been running for 40 minutes now. So quite a long Zen pop-up, but I think this one's quite quite a good one, and it sort of dovetails really nicely with the other one that I did, which was a pre-sign up form before you launch a course. So guys, have a good day. I'll see you very soon. I'll probably be doing another Zen pop-up later in the day. So stay tuned for that, or just watch it on replay. If you are watching on replay, hashtag replay on the comments. Take care, and good to see you again, Krishna. Saw Krishna yesterday. We went through an onboarding session, her and Julie, and that was really cool. So very good. See you soon. Bye.